a couple of principles, right? And then we're gonna use that to pass if we're over the knee and we're under the knee. There are a lot of different scenarios that can happen from here. So let's just go over a couple of basic ones. Everybody, please. The first one being, I'm going to step over his leg. I'm going to step over his leg, right? So I found myself in the over-under position here, right? Cal, lift this leg as high as you can. My goal is to step this leg outside of his leg here, right? Obviously, it's not going to be that easy, so let's be a little bit more efficient with it. The taller you are relative to your opponent, the less work you have to do, okay? So if I'm taller than Khaled, I can probably just pick my leg up and over here. If not, I may have to back step, meaning I lift my leg up and I back step here. As soon as I back step, the leg that back step is going to shelf underneath his legs here, so he can't shrimp. Okay. Now, I let go of my left arm, I come up, dominate the upper body, and then get my arm out of reverse triangle danger. Okay. Then I can start shimmying up here. If you're going to back step, even if you don't back step, I would recommend shelving his leg in like a reverse leg drag kind of position, because if I'm here, it makes it really hard for Khaled to shrimp. As opposed to if I'm here, now he can get his hips out because his knees can hit the floor. Okay? So again, one more time, I'm going to show you a couple different variations of this. I'm in the over-under, I'm relatively taller than my opponent, cool. I'm going to, the inside leg is going to back step. I shelf the legs, left arm comes up to dominate the upper body, and then I swing my right hand out to avoid being reverse triangle. Now, if my opponent's taller than me, I have to change his angle a little bit, right? So if I'm here, and assume Khaled's taller than me, and whenever I backstep, I'm running into his leg here. We have to deny his ability to be able to lift that bottom leg. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from here, I'm going to step inside for a second. See what that does to his leg? Lift your leg as high as you can. Here to here. And look, I'm already turned. Now it's just a mini back step. Shelf the legs. As I come up for this arm, what Khaled's going to do is he's going to block my arm with his bicep here, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold his tricep, lift it up out of the way as I shift into position. It works better with a gi, but I find it does work no gi as well. Again, same principle. I'm just adding an extra step because my opponent's too tall to just walk over. Here, I'm in the over-under. Khaled, raise your leg as high as you can. Assuming I can't just back step out, I'm going to walk in. Everybody see the angle of my hips? Now I back step, shelf the legs, come up to the head. If he's blocking my arm, I'm going to get his tricep out of the way and shimmy up out of position into side control, or out of danger into side control. Does that make sense? Why that works? Why sometimes you can back step, or if they're taller than you have to cheat the angle, cut the hips, and then back step. Cool? All right, let's give it a run. On three. 1, 2, 3. Thank you. Let me do it on this one. You can do it at any time. Okay? Now, let's deal with the scenario. Turn this way. Let's deal with the scenario where we have not beaten our opponent's knee. Okay? So let me show you what we were doing, where I get the over-under, and I'm already past my opponent's knee here. Now we're going to go over the over-under, where his knee is still acting like a shield between myself and the pass. Okay? From here, I can't really backstep from here, because I can do all that work backstepping, yeah, but then even when I recover here, exactly, he's going. Okay? Because he's got that frame in between me and him. So let's beat that frame first. From here, I got the over-under. I'm keeping him flat on his back. That's priority number 1. I'm going to try and sneak my top leg as high on his knee as possible. Maybe not as high. Like midway up his knee here. From here. Now instead of backstepping with this knee, I'm going to kick it straight back and forward. And I'm going to kill his butterfly hook, trying to bring my knee to his butt. Now from here, it's going to be dependent on how he's reacting, but we can already see the path that we need to go. I need to step over his knee in order to create side control from here. Okay? Again, from here, I'm in the over-under position, but I have not beaten his leg. Again, my priority is to keep him flat to the mat. Once he starts turning, it's going to be super annoying. From here, I'm going to just kick back, kill the knee, walk, all the way into side control here. I'm going to add one thing, and this is not only to this move. This is a general what if your opponent turns into turns as you try and pass side control. Okay? So from here, whether you're doing the over-under above the knee or below the knee, at a certain point, your opponent knows that the situation is lost. So as you walk, he's going to push on your shoulders and he's going to frame and he's going to shrimp out. here. And now it's super annoying because with my hips hit the ground, I tried to recover, and he's got all his frames inside. Okay? Let's use that against him. Let me turn you the other way, guys. Head that way. A little bit more. From here, I've got the over-under, below the knee, above the knee, doesn't matter. From here, as I backstep or as I kill this knee, my opponent ditches to the side and he shrimps hard. Here, as soon as he does that, my underhooking arm is gonna come over and glue his legs together. Now, my backstepping leg is gonna hook over his knees. As I roll onto my knees, I'm gonna continue to hook his legs until they're figure forward above his knees here. Can everybody see my legs? It has to be above his knees. From here, he has one option, or his most available option is to push me down. He wants to push me down and scoot his hips up so he can get his knees back in between me and him. Okay? From here, as he's pushing me down, I'm not going to fight going forward. As he's pushing me down, I'm going to raise my chest to change the angle of how he needs to push. And then I start to climb up into mount. Okay? Again. So from here, just looking at that last part, this time I'll do it from the back step. Once you hit the back step, your opponent ditches to the side. I'm going to hug his legs. Right leg comes over. Get the Dagestani leg ride above his knees. As your opponent starts to push, raise your chest up. Fight his posts until you get on top. Does that make sense? Again, they're two separate techniques, but the first part was what happens if you don't beat the knee. The second part is what happens if they ditch to their side. Any questions? Cool? All right, on three. 1, 2, 3. Go. What if? What happens if as you're walking in center, they cross their legs? They just put you in the half guard, right? The good news is I have my arm inside, so it's not a complete half guard. So again, we turn to this a little bit out. I'm here. I got the over under, knee above, knee below, doesn't matter. But I realize I'm gonna walk center and my opponent crosses their ankles. Here, right? From here, I'm gonna still keep that tripod position. The arm that's on the inside is gonna come out. I'm going to push down as I slide my knee up, into the three-quarter mount position here. And now, it's just a matter of passing the three-quarter mount. That's what I'm saying, you're going to want people to, sorry, I just crushed your chin with my shoulder. You're going to want people to put their half guard, for lack of a better word, on. Because it's not a good half guard because he's flat on his back and I still got my underhook underneath their legs.
That's what happened to me yesterday.
Yeah. So again, one more time, I'm in the over-under. For some reason, my partner crosses their legs. Right? Whether it's because I was walking forward or whether they think that's a good idea, that's fine. I'm going to walk center to make sure my opponent's hips are flat to the mat. Inside arm comes out. At the same time I push down, I slide up, get my right knee out. I'm not worried about getting my ankle out yet. I'm going to establish that three-quarter mount position, then pummel my leg out. Cool?
So even if they're trying to keep your posture down, it doesn't really matter?
It doesn't matter as long so if I'm here in the three-quarter mount, is that what you meant? From the three-quarter mount?
As you're trying to progress to getting...
Yeah. So let's start from the beginning. If I'm here and Cal's hugging my head to prevent me from, pushing and hugging my head to prevent me from getting forward, it doesn't matter too, I'm not going to say it doesn't matter, obviously he's putting on the correct defense, but it doesn't matter too much because I can just slide my knee up and here, and now instead of pummeling up and getting to my, leg pummel and upper body pummel. Obviously he's not resisting too much right now. But that's the idea. Same principles as always, inside position, raise the butt up, use the free leg to free the trap leg. Any questions? All right, let's give this a run. On three. 1, 2, 3. Go. Howlett on top, Anthony on the bottom. Starting in the over-under, looks like he's going to go to his left. Little high step. Very, very good. Let's look at that again. I like how he used his knee to prevent Ant from being able to, he shelves his knee to prevent Ant from being able to turn to his right. And then he steps over for the Dagestani leg ride. And advances his position. Pretty good. Let's move forward. Move backwards. Even starting the over-under. Okay, now he's in the over-under. Takes that leg up nice and high. Right, exactly. If your opponent's overcommitted to turning to their side, don't overthink it. Step right over into at least fight for the mount. It's going to force your opponent to react. Khaled on top again, trying to pass Kirk's guard. Oh, I do not like how he flopped onto his side like that. for a kind of modified high step over here. We got a no arm triangle. I know what they're talking about, but let's move on. Starting the over under. Oh, Cali got caught in a triangle. Again, when you're in the over under, that is a very, very dangerous proposition. Let's see where it went wrong. He is here. Okay. Keep your legs, split your opponent's legs. You want one leg on one side, one leg on the other side of the leg split here. Look, he tried to do a weird back step. Why do you back step from there? No, you want if you're going left, you want your left leg to move first because this is what's gonna happen. Here, now you're caught in a triangle. Your day is ruined. Your disappointment is immeasurable. I make him reset from here. Back to the over under. There we go. That's a good high step. I know what Kirk's complaining about here. He just got. Highs the leg, Dagestani leg ride, and walks up. Textbook. Got Zach on top. A little scoot over into side control. Not much to debate there. Good pass. Back in the over under. Yep. College or Kirk, sorry, Kai decides to close his legs together this time. So Zach's gonna do plan B, go to 3/4 mount. Nice. Let's see which way Zach goes. Zach's gonna pin the leg. Oh, okay, you used his hand that time. That was interesting. So here, feels the need not to use the knee, uses his left hand to just keep his ankle pinned, and his right knee's gonna advance all the way into side control here. Excellent. Run it back again. Looks like he's going for the high step. There we go. So again, that adjustment he made here. He's got Kai's leg relatively low. I'd like to see Zach kick his leg, drop his hips, and kick his leg up a little bit higher next time because he barely made it over. But then again, Kai's leg was already on the floor here, so I guess there was no need. Yeah, but you know what? I retract my previous statement. Be as efficient as possible. Small movements beat big movements. All right, we got Anthony on top trying to pass Dave's guard on the bottom. Gets an angle. He's over the knee. Goes to the leg tie. He's still over the knee. It's going to be hard to get the Dagestani leg ride from here. What he can do, oh, there we go. I was just about to suggest that. So if you look back, what he does is he takes his left hand, pushes, you can't see it, but he's going to push Dave's knee this way, move his body this way, and he should be able to clear Dave's knee, which he does, dominates upper body, gets the pass, runs him into the wall for bonus points. They are going to reset. Was the other side this time. Interesting. Here. So again, let's look at the situation. He's over the, or he's under the knee right now. So he's got to come up with a tactic or a technique to get over that knee and get into side body position with Dave. Let's see how he does. Walking it, yep, uses his leg to stuff the ankle. Now he's going to use his right hand or his elbow to make an angle so he could step over that knee. There we go, uses his hand, gets the side control. Beautiful. Simple, effective. Run it back again. He's going to go back to his left. Starts in the over under. Dave doing a good job getting to his side on that one. That was nice. So if you look here, he starts flat. Dave does the right thing, gets to his side, and immediately has to adjust. As an added bonus, Dave also got his leg into play, like he's only trying to high step his opponent. If I were in, I'd put my left hand or right hand back down on the mat, get his hips square, got this leg nice and low. I would high step over, but let's see how he deals with it. Yep, gets Dave back square, high steps over. Beautiful, right into side control. Gets his head out of danger. Good. Josh on top, Jacob on the bottom. Josh got long legs, takes over. Jacob ditches to his side. Let's look at what went wrong right there. I went back a little bit more. Here, Josh attempted to do this while Jacob's leg is still super high in the air.
I would like him to walk to our left, his right, to kill the angle of that leg and have a much easier time stepping over it. He tries to do it from here. His legs are long enough so he gets over it, but look at what happens. Because we didn't walk our opponent over, he's managed to get to his side and his knee becomes a problem. I think I'm telling him as much. Let's see if he fixes his mistake on the second try. There we go. There we go. Still would like to see him walk over a little bit more because the knee is still a problem, but not bad. That's much better look. He's got to shelf his leg underneath. Jacobs, he's caught in the half guard. I would just settle for chest to chest half guard from here. Oh, and he gets swept. That's a good one went wrong. So he walks the leg over this time. Still would like to see him walking it over a little bit more. He's got long legs, so he's getting away with it. But again, Jacob's knee becomes a problem. He gets stuck in the half guard, which is not a problem. He's trying to still pass from here, and as a result, he ditches too far back, and that just allows Jacob to come up with it's like a rollover hip bump sweep almost. He's committed way too far back. Let's settle for chest to chest half guard from here. Boom. Now he's on the bottom. Alyssa on top, Aaliyah on the bottom here, running in the gi. I like to grab the belt if I'm doing this in the gi. So if I were Alyssa, I'd be trying to walk my right hand up and trying to grab that belt. Really good anchor from there. Shelves the leg, ties the legs together. Almost into Dagestani leg ride. There, now you got to get both ankles. Now she's gonna flip up onto her knees to get to the Dagestani leg ride. I like to see her raise her chest up. There we go. Skip forward a little bit here. Good. Back to the over under. Doing a good job keeping Aaliyah flat. She got to high. If she just high steps over, she's out of the guard. Yeah, because Aaliyah's leg was literally like her foot was on the floor here. All you got to do is high step that leg over. Yep, and into side control. Very good. Khaled on top, Kirk on the bottom. Kirk trying to ditch to his side. Khaled with a beautiful back step. That was textbook. Nothing wrong with that. Go rewind that one if you want to, guys, but that was a great back step, and he managed to keep Kirk flat on his back so he could advance his position. Starting in the over under again. Kirk putting up heavy frames. Yep. Khaled's leg is caught now. Oh, and he gets rolled. Let's look at what happened. He was doing good. You can see his leg gets caught. Boom. See his leg is caught here. So that tells me he's got to kill the leg a little bit further. If I were Khaled, I would walk this way a little bit to kill Kirk's leg down, and then you could backstep again. He doesn't do it. Let's see what happens. But super high in the air. Okay, this cannot happen. Kirk is doing the right thing. He underhooked the leg. You can see his left arm pushing Khaled's head down. He's trying to get as parallel as possible to Khaled, as he knows Khaled doesn't have any posts on this side. If he manages to get parallel enough and bridge, he's going to roll him over, which we just saw. Khaled almost like voluntarily, yeah, he lost his balance. Beautiful sweep by Kirk. That was excellent. That wasn't something I taught him either. That's just something he learned just rolling. I think I forget what I'm explaining to these guys. They're going to reset in that position. I think they go one more. Let's see if Khaled addresses his mistakes. There we go. Big high step. Catches the hip, catches the head. Beautiful. Back to textbook. Uno reverse. Aaliyah's on top right now. Okay, her head should not be on the ground. Your head could be a millimeter above the ground, but if your head's on the ground, that means your weight's going into it. I'd also like to see her right hand a little bit higher up towards the hip here. Shelves the leg. Almost too far. That was a good recovery, though. Yeah, scared me on that one. Over under. Again, her forehead's on the ground. I don't like that. That indicates that A, the weight's not where it's supposed to be, and she might get rolled forward. Shelves the leg. Yeah, so okay, so let's look at what went wrong there. She shelved the leg like she should, but she didn't backstep. So there was no kickstand preventing the roll through. Also, when she shelves the leg, she goes too far here with an insufficient kickstand. Alyssa rides the momentum up and gets top position. At least she got back to the guard. Run it back one more time and get that forehead off the ground. Head down, but not on the floor. Oh, I guess we end there. That's Zach on top and Kirk on the bottom. Running the drill. Zach managed to beat the leg. Sorry, beat his knee with his right leg, and then shifts over to his left. Does it again. Kirk giving a little bit more resistance this time. Putting up good posts. Going for like a weird triangle here. Zach beats the leg. Yep, comes up. All he's got to do is worry about the weird triangle or buggy choke. Nice. If your opponent starts threatening the triangle without and you're still splitting their legs, you don't have too much to worry about unless they get their leg back. Zach uses his hand. Oh, good recovery by Kirk. Zach recognize. I want to go back to that. Zach was almost past here, using his hand to beat Kirk's knee. Kirk manages to regard, throws up a triangle. Zach recognizes the danger and adjusts accordingly. Do not get caught in a triangle chasing a pass that will not work. So Zach made the right call from here, and as an added bonus, makes overcommit and gets side control on the other side. That wasn't planned, but by addressing the threat, he managed to make it work to to a pass. Run it back one more time, maybe. I don't think they have enough time. Yep, and they run out of time. Zach on top, Chris on the bottom. Zach doing a good job. Yep, stuffs the leg, walks over the knee. Oh, don't start there. You're gonna get triangle. Yeah, split the legs. There we go. Chris doing a good job putting up posts. I like how Zach's using that knee. Let's look at that one more time. Here, puts his knee right over. Uses his hand to get his knee right over. Chris is trying to recover, and Zach's hand is right there to push Chris's knee that's trying to come up this way. Sorry, this way. Terrible arrow. And then Zach is going to walk his right knee into position. Very good. Gonna run it back. Yep, we got enough. I'm gonna run it back. Watch Zach's right knee. Okay. He tried to go for the Dagestani leg ride while still being under his opponent's knee. No good. You got to be above your opponent's knee, and you have to glue your opponent's knees together. Yeah, no good. Chris's knee. Oh, not anymore. Not anymore. But a second ago, Chris's knee was in between him and the attacker. Zach might. Oh, whoops. Zach might be able to get the mount from here. There we go. Right, we got Kirk on top and Khaled on the bottom. Kirk working the over under pass. Looks pretty good. Got Khaled pinned. Khaled gonna probably start. Yep, probably start putting up frames here. So we're heading to the 3/4 mount. He can't continue this way because Khaled's got a pretty good frame. Kirk doing a great job keeping Khaled flat on his back. You can see his knee poking through, so I think he's going to make the decision to go to 3/4 mount. Khaled's got an interesting grip here. So he's still flat on his back, but instead of pushing on the close side hip, he pushes on the far knee here. That gives Kirk some options. He can continue to 3/4 mount, or he could, if I don't think he can knee slide from here, but he can continue to walk up Khaled's body. Settles for 3/4 and gets him out. Nice. Oh, overshot that one. My mistake. They reset, starting in the over under. Good pressure from Kirk. Khaled again ties his ankles together. Steps out, turns to his side. Goes for Dagestani leg ride, but he gets his legs caught. Goes for the front headlock. pulls an ill-advised guillotine. Let's see what happened in that sequence there. So, starting well in the front headlock. Oh, I'm sorry, I thought Khaled had. Oh, I have no idea what that is. Think Khaled has his legs tied together, so maybe not. Either way, okay, there we go. As soon as he unties his legs, he's flat on his back. Kirk is going for the back step right now. Khaled does the wise thing, gets to his side, starts putting. I can't see what his right hand is, but his left hand is a decent frame. Should be pushing a little bit more. So Kirk has to make a decision now. Tries to get the side control, tries to step over into mount, but he didn't kill the leg. And as a result, it gets caught in Khaled's. He gets his legs entangled in Khaled's. See what happens from there. Commits to his weight forward, gets rolled in the front headlock, gets sat back from there. If you're going to throw that leg over, don't commit your weight unless it's completely over. And kill that leg before you throw it over. Reset. Nice tripod by Kirk. He's probably going to step. Well, maybe not. Khaled digits to his side. Let's look at that again. Here. Khaled gets to his side. Now Kirk killed. You can see, can't see it directly, but you can see his arm filling Khaled's top knee. Gets his leg over. And now he can mount. Chris on top and Zach on the bottom here. Chris shelves the leg, walks right into his half guard. So when you going for the Dagestani leg ride, make sure your leg goes up nice and high over here. Also, he had nothing pinning Zach's legs together. See this underhook? Got to be an overhook at that point. So Zach's just, yep, just gonna, yeah, too late with the overhook on that one, buddy. Just walked right into the half guard. That's why this is what drilling's for. This is where you're making mistakes. There we go. He's below the knee, so Zach might be able to recover. Yeah, he gets his knee in between him and the attacker. See if he fixes his mistakes. There we go. Ties the legs together. Knees got now he can go for it. No, try and pin the legs a little bit closer together. Yeah, your opponent's knees got to be touching. If you're going for that Dagestani leg ride, your opponent's knees have to be touching. Let's see him go back to the over under and run out of time. Got Khaled on top, trying to pass Kirk's guard. He's below the knee right now, but keeping Kirk nice and square. Good back step. Beautiful, right into the Dagestani leg ride, or right into mount, I should say. Let's look at that again. That was textbook. Good back step. Comes forward, uses his knee to clear Kirk's knee. Let me rewind that a little bit. That was beautifully done. If I could go slow motion here. Boom. Watch Khaled's right knee come in front of Kirk's right knee. Bang. Here. Kirk can't make the frame again. Here. Khaled's knee is going to continue to penetrate forward. He's going to tie the legs together here, and he's going to throw his right leg over. Good. He didn't tie the legs together, but he didn't need to. He ends up in the mount position. Very nice. Also, Khaled should probably wear a long sleeve rash guard so his armpit hair isn't all up in his partner's face. But more importantly, hits the back step. Kirk doing a good job staying on his side, gets his leg back inside. That was excellent defensive work by Kirk. Puts him in the half guard, kind of, and I believe Khaled passes to the other side. Let's look at that sequence again. Khaled hits a back step. Boom. Kirk's got two good posts working, and he's starting to get off the flat of his back. Here, now he's way off the flat of his back. Right hand blocking Khaled's advance. Khaled wants to advance this way. He can't. Tries to step over. He can't. And also, now look, Kirk's got a frame here, and he's got his right leg as a frame here. Now, the mistake he makes is here. He starts to go to the half guard here. Khaled's smart. He's got his leg pinned on top of Kirk's. So he's going to pass to his right and then a bit side control on Kirk's left side. Excellent work from both guys. Sorry for the bad camera work. I think I got caught up in the round. Kyle taking a sweet old time getting back into position, so we're going to skip ahead. Starting the over under. And they're off. Back step. Kirk doing a good job preventing him from posting. Khaled trying to get the Dagestani leg ride. Kind of gets it. He might. Yeah, let's look at that again. He did a good job getting to his side. Kirk did a great job getting to his side here. So now, look, Kirk's done the right thing. He's tied the legs together. All he's got to do is throw his right leg over and get a figure four on the bottom, but doesn't quite get there. Kirk rolls back onto his back. Khaled resets. Okay, now Kirk's legs are coming undone. Khaled's got to get a tight grip here with his arms so he can throw his leg over. Now he gets it, but he only manages to get one of his legs, and also he's a little too far on his back. Had Kirk rode the momentum over, he would have ended up in mount. So please, guys, be careful if you go back for the hip switch. Make sure you land on your hip and not roll onto your back. I was trying to dominate. Oh, okay. I like how he switched his grip here. He's only got one leg though. Had he gotten this leg, he'd have a much easier time tying the legs together. And Kirk manages to make the half guard. Good job.